young people lost some really significant developmental years of their life. So socially, for instance, girls between the ages of 13 and 14 now, they literally jumped from 11, 12 years old into being 13 and 14, and they just didn't have that time socially to figure out who they are in this time. So the kids are really struggling.
Marilyn and I spent 5 years together looking for appropriate projects. Since then, it's been difficult to find programs that we felt would really be impactful and would be sustainable. And that's certainly what we're looking for from the hospital and foundation's point of view, to launch programs that will go on to be successful.
Well, the Headstrong program started as an idea because of the Collingwood Youth Centre. We realized that young people needed more support than they were getting. So one of the coordinators here at the Collingwood Youth Centre, what they decided to do was reach out to the Collingwood General and Marine Hospital Foundation and see if there was any kind of support that we could receive here at the centre.
It fits the vision that my husband, when he was alive, and I have had for some time, that we want to help young people who are stressed out, who have some issues with depression and anxiety. And we kept stretching the age because it's becoming more prevalent, and because it isn't just teenagers, it goes right into people in their 30s. It fit what we really wanted to be involved in.
We support a community hospital, and part of a community hospital is moving outside of the actual building and going out to the community and finding needs in the community that can help people so that they don't need the hospital in the end. And programs, innovative partnerships that help us keep people well in the community, help the hospital overall.
It answers the question again that I'm always looking for, and that is, how can we help our young people become good civic citizens?
With all the social media around us, you're kind of bombarded with things all of the time, and everything's changed. I think there's a lot of pressure on young people, and I think that we have a lot of access to really bad coping mechanisms, and those coping mechanisms can have a snowball effect that just kind of make you keep going in circles. It's like you think it's helping you feel better, and it's really not. And I just think that there's a lot of access to that, and I think that's a big part of it.
It answers all of my questions up to not the why, that all of these behaviors or symptoms or whatever that these young people struggle with, but it's the how can we help them? And when I see what's going on, and when I walk into the atmosphere here, it makes me feel really good.
I think youth in general, everyone in general, has had a lot of more trouble with mental health through COVID. I think it's hard to be isolated for 3 years and then just get thrown back out into the world. And I think that we've seen a huge rise in youth struggling with their mental health through that. But I think that there's a lot of concerns about youth who feel, alone, youth who feel depressed. I think there's a lot of youth who feel like they have lost a lot of sense of control over their life through COVID. And we've certainly seen that play out in seeing more struggles than we did before.
We all know that youth mental health issues increased significantly throughout the pandemic. And we also know that there are not nearly enough resources to be able to provide care to everyone who needs it. I think the best thing about this program is Headstrong brings the resources to the youth where they are. They don't have to struggle to find a way to be referred into the system and be on wait lists. They know that someone is here who cares about them and wants to help them.
So I think investing in programs like Headstrong help the hospital and in a wider sense, like our community healthcare in general, because I think any opportunities we have to be preventative helps the hospital not have to be so laden with people who are at a last resort. So certainly working at the hospital, we see youth in crisis all the time in the emergency department. And I think anything that we can do to try and prevent youth from getting to that point is huge. And I think Headstrong and programs like this that help support youth before they get to that point are really important.
You know, we can talk about technology all that we want, and you know, we're excited to be looking forward to a new building, but it's what you put into that building. It's the people who are in the building, and we have so many people within the hospital and within the community that just have really good ideas for how to meet a need, and they just need to be partnered with the money.
If the hospital and the foundation was not involved in this kind of project, a lot of people will be left behind.
This age right now, I would say a lot of young people are in mental health crisis because they're so young. They don't know how to handle things. And when they turn to their caring parent, if there is one, or the caring adult, those folks are often tapped out themselves. So we have sort of the perfect storm of this generation growing up without healthy coping mechanisms. So what we want to do is start now teaching them how to develop really good healthy coping mechanisms like good food, good eating, good sleep, meditation, exercise, getting outside. Those things are what we really want to help kids connect with, and then we can really hopefully divert any serious crises later in life.
It's a picture of hope. It's a picture of success. It gives credibility and stature to young people.